Hey, Mike Nelson here with Real Estate Agent Fanatics with some more advice and tips for you. So we all know in this business, listings right now in 2022 are low inventory and the hardest to get. Today, we're going to tell you about how to become the best listing agent in the fastest time possible. However, before we begin, click the subscription button and the notification bell, and we'll get you all of our future content. You'll be notified of those things. For any questions you have for me, get scheduled on my calendar. Happy to help you in a lot of different ways. Just reach out. It could be business partner stuff, could be questions about real estate, could be just about anything. Just let me know. You can reach me at the calendly.com/Mike Nelson IHG, which they'll put right down here below. So everyone tells you it's real easy, right? The recipe to success in real estate is like, hey, just go get more listings. That's awesome. That's just like saying, hey, go lead generate some more. Well, that's cool, right? That's like saying, go lose weight. I mean, none of that means, we know generally what it means, but it doesn't really tell us what to do, how to do it, how to execute on it, things of that nature. So I'm gonna kind of take you through a few steps on exactly what you need to do. Listings are typically, for consistency, more of a long haul strategy than they are an instant success strategy. Yet there are some things you can do to make that happen. But generally speaking, those that win the listings consistently time over time are more your seasoned agents because they have past clients that they help get into houses. They have a bigger relationship sometimes in the community with experience, things of that nature. So the first thing you're going to do, and it's not sexy, start your business right by meeting and greeting and getting information from a lot of people and putting it in a database that is systematic and you can communicate with it. That's key because too many people poo-poo that and they look back a year from now and they're like, ugh, I should have built a database. Yeah, well, how many people did you lose out on? Or they write it on a scrap piece of paper. They write it on the back of a business card. They type it in a computer somewhere. They can't find it. They have no idea. It got thrown away, it got lost in the car. Have a systematic way like Google Drive, Google Sheets, Evernote. Have something that you can quickly just jot the information down on such that it's in the same place every time. Then you can transcribe that over into your CRM. Now your CRM can be a spreadsheet, it can be a high power tool like a KV Core or a Boomtown or Commissions Inc., whatever CRM you use. But here's the deal, you can meet a lot of people, but if you don't systematize it and be able to put it into a database management software, you're gonna not have anything. You're just gonna have a bunch of names and numbers, maybe, if you had them all transferred into that database and things of that nature. So anyways, number one, and then obviously have a listing perspective of things, right? Have a listing focus on that database. Don't make it just about always buyers. Make sure you're talking about listings. Make sure you're talking about comps in the neighborhoods. Make sure your mindset is around listings, right? Too many times, buyers are easy to get, but too many times we're not listing focused. So that's my step number two. Everything you do needs to have the parameter of, I'm getting a listing out of this, right? I don't care if you're running an open house. If you're running an open house, have the mindset of, I'm not here to find the buyer for this house. I'm here to find somebody who needs to sell their house. So people are walking in, the questions that I'm asking them are around not so much about this house. It's like, hey, where are you from? Oh, we are from the neighborhood. Oh, awesome. When did you move into town? Oh, or how long have you been here, right? Oh, like 22 years. Oh, cool. Did you ever, know the value of your house? I'm sure you've seen a lot of the neighbors' houses around here. What's your thoughts, right? When would be the right time for you to sell, right? What would make you sell, right? I'm always having a conversation of the listing side of it. Of course, the buyer side's gonna come out of it, and we're gonna talk about that property. Maybe I have signs in there as well. That's just like, do you know the value of your house, right? And I have that set with my check-in or my roster, open house sign-in sheet, those kind of things, right? I'm putting notes and notifications out there. I'm embedding the message that I'm looking for somebody to sell their home. Now, if somebody comes in, they're like, cool, I wanna buy this home. Of course, I'm not gonna turn that down. Yet my conversation and my mindset and my questions that I ask when people come in the door of an open house are more along listings. The third thing we're going to do is practice. This is not sexy stuff. This is the basics, right? But you have to do it. Practice your scripts on listings. Have a great PowerPoint or have a great presentation. There's PowerPoint, or if you do Google Drive or digital, whatever it is, right? Have a great one that you can go out to any of these job groups or work groups or Facebook groups and ask for people's listing presentations. I guarantee you they'll give them to you. Hit me up. I've got a bunch of them, right? I've got them for 7 different cities and all kinds of stuff, right? 12 different agents, you name it. They're out there. People are willing to give those to you. Now you want to make sure the ones you get are probably by the elite that are doing good business, because obviously they're going to be the ones that are successful in this and not just Joe Doe or perhaps a coach that hasn't been in the business for like 25 years and has just been coaching, so on and so forth. So to find somebody that's really engaged in this, has a team, is running those listings at a high level, and pick their brains, give their presentation. They might be a little bit chippy if it's in your local market, but that's the beauty of Facebook and stuff like that. Just throw it out there in Lab Coat Agents, throw it out there. Be intentional. Go out there and push people for the information, because I promise you they'll give that to you. So scripts, having a great listing presentation. Now the other thing is that one of my mentors is adamant about with his teams is they have to give that presentation until they got it memorized. They have got to give it, I'm making up a number, but let's say it's 50 times, right? They practice that because you got to be dialed in. Once you're dialed in and confident, it's a breeze to get the listing because you're confident, right? And you know how to handle the objections. You're not feeding them with like, well, we normally don't give discounts. Well, you just opened the door that said you give discounts, right? So you're not saying those things when you have enough listings under your belt. You're coming in confident. You're basically getting it signed more times than not. And that's just because you practice. Practice with your colleagues, practice with your family, practice with whomever, right? Practice with mentors because they're gonna give you some more critique. So the beauty of our team is, a team model, of course, that I like is we have experts built within the team that are giving corrections to those presentations as people are giving them. If you're single or independent, you find a team lead, find a PC coach, find something that can help you out and give you some advice on how you're doing. Don't just memorize it yourself and you're not really effectively giving the presentation as to the best that you could because you don't have any feedback. Those are 3 of the things that I would do. The 4th thing is that we talked about, you could potentially get some instant business is, I'm a big believer in social media. Go make sure your brokerage is okay with it. Make sure your state laws are okay with it, but go find other people's listings. Ask them for permission to share those on social media. Put them out there, right? Obviously give credit where credit's due. Hey, Joe Blow's listing that I'm looking for a buyer for is very acceptable in most states and most places. Again, make sure you get permission from all the upper authorities and the person that has the listing. Don't just be copying and pasting crap out of MLS and throwing it on there. Make sure you give credit to people. But here's what works. The general public, if you've got a sizable Facebook following, is going to see that as success. They don't see that's not your listing. You're putting it in there as it's not your listing, it's Joe Blow's listing. The public's not seeing that. The public is saying, wow, this person is super successful. They're kicking butt. They're taking on a lot of listings. Like, do that. Go to open houses, shoot videos, shoot photos, those kind of things. Put that stuff out on. It amazes me as to why people don't use social media at the highest level. We have a team. A lot of them don't use it at the highest level either. I don't get it. I mean, that's just a statement for everybody. I mean, it works. It's like the easiest thing, but I know we're always looking for the sexy things and the easier things. You want your phone to ring? Use social media over a period of time and your phone will ring, right? So those are 4 things. I hope those help you. They're not anything sexy. There is no magic pill. There's just, you can do cash buyer programs. You can do all these online lead things for sellers. I'm not into all that sexy stuff. I'm very much into what the general population has the most success with, which is starting with the basics, having a database, getting information from people, building that database, communicating with it, systematizing it, using social media, practicing your presentation, knowing your scripts, having confidence. All of those things take time, but once you master them, you will get more listings than you know what you can do with. I guarantee you that. I see it time and time again on our team and within the industry. Hey, I hope today's content provided you value. Again, don't forget to click the subscription button, the notification bell, put some comments down below if you want some more tips. If you have any other comments or feedback, let us know. Also, hit me up if you want to schedule time to talk to me on calendly.com/Mike Nelson IHG. We'll see you next time.